Good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, September 6th. This is Janae, and I am in my park. And I'm getting eaten up by mosquitoes this morning, even though I have on quite a bit of Skin So Soft and Bug Guard this morning. But it's still, I live close to Highline Canal, and there's water, stagnant water in Highline Canal. And so that causes a whole lot of mosquitoes. And so my whole neighborhood, everybody in my neighborhood is bitten up pretty much from mosquitoes right now. But anyway, today's Tuesday, September the 6th. Honestly, I'm in a little bit of a melancholy mood. A lot of people on Facebook are not real. They think that the only things you should post are positive, jolly things. Life is not like that. Sometimes life is not jolly and wonderful. Sometimes life sucks. But I usually don't say too much of the sucky stuff. But actually, I'm coming to some realizations in my life. I'll be 51 years old next month. And that is illuminating to me. I think it's wonderful that I've lived this long. However, I have come to realization about my single status. I have, on October the 18th of next month, I'll have been single and abstinent for 3 years. And that's a long, long time. Mostly it was by choice. Actually, all of it is probably by choice because I have had some offers, but usually they're completely not somebody I would consider. Usually it has nothing to do with looks, it has to do with age. Either they're too dang old for me, they're old enough to be my dad or my grandfather, or they're young enough to be my son. And that's cool, I guess, that I appeal to both, but I always think that the younger dudes are looking for a sugar mama, and the older dudes are wanting a young woman on their arm, and that's not going to happen either. So I have gotten offers. However, it's just not a good, I don't think it's just a good place. Colorado is just not a good place for older women of color who are not married before the age of 30. Now, I've been engaged a bunch of times, and I've been married and divorced. But, I mean, really, the choices get less and less appealing as you get older. And so it's just almost easier to stay single. And so that's kind of what I've done. And after almost 3 years, it's starting to get to me a little bit. But I always figure, if I'm going to find somebody else, first of all, he's going to have to find me, because I looked for the first 45 years of my life to find somebody to spend my life with. And then once I hit 45, I stopped looking because, there's a lot of men here who like me, but they already have wives or they already have girlfriends. Some of them have several girlfriends. And they want me to be on their team. I'm not being on anybody's team. I'd rather be single and just be me solo than be on anybody's team. That seems to be almost an epidemic here in Colorado. There's a whole lot of married men here who love single women. And I'm like, no, I do not date married men. That's even worse than me dating somebody who's old enough to be my father or young enough to be my son. I don't do married men at all. I just don't. And they figure, oh, well, you've been single and abstinent for 3 years, shouldn't, no, you give me a chance. No, you're freaking old enough to be my father. You're married to somebody. Go away. Go love on your wife, That's what you married her for. You took those vows in front of God. That means something to me. that means should mean something to you. So, stop having your hand in many pots just because you can. Because a lot of men, period, do that here in Colorado. I am not interested in women at all. Sorry, I'm not. I need a penis in my life. That's just the way I am. A real penis, not something that's artificial. So, anyway, there was a point in my mom's life when she just kind of stopped looking. And I think I did that about 5 years ago when I turned 45. But, you just kind of just don't really, you do want to spend your life with somebody, the rest of my life with somebody. Because I think that's an innate human need. Anybody who denies that is lying. I'm sorry. They're trying to be hard. Quit trying to be hard. I know a lot of women are always trying, oh, I don't need a man. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You need somebody in your life that loves you, and they need you. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's not being hard or soft. That's being human. So anyway, the years are going by, and I'm an exceptional mother. I know that. I can say that with a lot of confidence. And I'm an exceptional nanny, and I am a good part-time entrepreneur with a couple of little, ventures that I do on the side, and that's fun and it's engaging, and I make money at it. So in the meantime, that's what I do with my time. But I do really would like to meet somebody. I don't do clubs. A lot of people my age still do nightclubs and stuff. I just can't do it. I've tried. Every time I walk into a nightclub, the men, they're used to the same old hoochies that show up every week. So I come in there and I'm fresh meat. And I feel like fresh meat because that's how they look at me. The men are just like on me like white on rice, and it's just kind of weird. And the women they're not all hoochies, of course, but the women who go to these clubs every week who are my age have been doing that since they were 20. Now they're 50, but they're still doing that. And they are part of this society of people who have done this forever. So when someone like me who never goes into a club walks in, the women generally look at me like they want to fuck me up. Excuse my language, but that's what they look at me like. And so I'm sitting there being oogled by men who think that I am fresh meat, and women who think that I'm impeding on their territory because they have had these dudes that they've seen every Friday and Saturday for 30 years, so it's just easier not to go, If I do, I go to shake my ass and have a good time, and I don't really too much pay attention to anybody else. I don't dance with anybody. Nobody ever really asks anyway. People will offer you drinks, but no one asks to dance. But I will dance. I go and dance alone and have a blast on my own, and then I go home. But still, bars are not it. I don't see why people, especially black people in Denver, seem to think that's where you need to meet somebody. I think that's a terrible place to meet somebody. I would rather meet somebody in Barnes & Noble or downtown Denver or in King Soopers or someplace, naturally, I think that when things are forced, things don't work out well. And I think that a lot of unions are forced in bars and they don't end up going very well. But anyway, I'm kind of coming to grips with my single status and that I'm going to probably be single for the rest of my life. There may be somebody out there for me, but just like I said, I gave up looking. Recently I reached out to a couple of folks and they're like, oh, well, I'll put you on my list. Nah, I ain't doing that. Sorry. I'd rather be all by myself than be on anybody's list. So anyway, what else is going on? Let's see. My diagnosis last week was kind of surprising. And now I am, there's mosquitoes out here. Now I'm on antibiotics for that. And that's kind of taken a little bit of a toll on me physically. But I have to take them for those antibiotics for another 4 days. And then I will not have to take those anymore. And hopefully my, that I'll be fine after that. So anyway, so I think that the antibiotics have me a little bit moody, a little moodier than I normally am, but whatever. Oh, sorry guys, there's a mosquito about to take a chomp out of my arm. Let me get off this thing. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. I'm gonna do some journaling and then get on to work. I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed Tuesday, and I hope you guys had great Labor Day weekends, and I will talk to you soon. Love you.